From the Mutual Newsroom in New York, Tokyo Radio says acceptance of Potsdam Proclamation coming soon. I repeat, Tokyo Radio says acceptance of Potsdam Proclamation coming soon. One moment, please. From the Mutual Newsroom in New York, San Francisco, the International News Service, FCC quotes Domai saying Japan accepts Allied terms. Repeating this bulletin, dated San Francisco, the Federal Communication Commission quotes Domai saying Japan accepts Allied terms.
I'm now broadcasting to you from the White House grounds. Now, you heard the flash, I am sure. The Japanese offer of unconditional surrender is official. It has been accepted. President Truman said this: I have received this afternoon a message from the Japanese government in reply to the message forwarded to that government by Secretary of State Burns on August 11th. I deem this reply, the President told us, a full acceptance of the Potsdam Declaration, which specifies the unconditional surrender of Japan.
It was 6 o'clock and we heard the whistles blow and all sorts of things seemed to be going on all at one time. And so we decided that was the end of the war, and it was. So we drove around the block and went over to Fountain Square, and there was tons of paper, I guess not tons, anyhow, a few wastebaskets full of paper being thrown out from the crew tower. It's pretty thrilling, I think.
In which we can see the whole of Times Square, all the way from 42nd Street up to 47th Street on the left. This is one of the greatest celebrations that we have ever seen from the marquee of the Hotel Astor here in New York City. People, I should estimate at least 350,000 or more, it's pretty hard to estimate at this point, are cheering and screaming, making noise with sound makers, throwing confetti and bits of paper, streamers, and all sorts of things that they can find to celebrate this greatest of all victories, the surrender of the Japanese. Believe me, ladies and gentlemen, it's a terrific sight as we stand here and see an ocean of people. The white hats of sailors standing out predominantly in the sea of heads that we can see both to our right and to our left. And around the Times building, which of course has that terrific electric sign that flashed the news just a moment ago, I don't believe you could throw in a toothpick in down there between those people. They're packed in so tightly. The newsmen, the cameramen from all of the camera services, both still and motion picture men, are here photographing this gigantic scene as we look upon it from the balcony of the Hotel Astor here in New York City. They're grinding their cameras and people are waving flags. The vendors of noisemakers and flags have done a land office business all day long. We were over here early this morning, and at that point people were celebrating then. But this celebration right now, ladies and gentlemen, is the biggest that we have ever seen from our vantage point right here. And everybody is enjoying themselves to this fullest extent. It's a wonderful sight, seeing people genuinely enjoying themselves. There's no false pretense about this whatsoever. And as we came over here to the Astor this evening to broadcast to you, we heard so many people say, we hope it comes soon, and then Jimmy can come home. Well, that seemed to be the general spirit of the occasion. People were waiting in hope. They were lining the sidewalks. They were sitting on the curbs on newspapers, waiting for the announcement which President Truman made shortly before or after 7 o'clock. So much has transpired since then, we've almost forgotten. We understand that Wednesday and Thursday have been officially proclaimed as VJ days, and the people down here are taking advantage of the situation and really celebrating. They've been waiting all day long since early this morning.